Morning, everyone. Man, haven't tried talking today yet. Morning, everyone. So I'm gonna be feeding cows this morning. I milk 4 mornings a week, and then I feed 2, and I have off 1 day. So Tuesday morning, I'm always feeding cows. Casey likes to be here for this because mice like to hide under the bucket. She's pretty good at catching mice, even though she's getting a little old. Still got some quickness. I guess we could check real quick. I'm not ready to use the skid loader yet, but she's ready to see if there's mice. Sorry, girl, nothing this morning. So Megan and my sister Cassidy are milking. First thing I'll do is just walk out to the free stall just to see how much feed is in the troughs, and also we'll sweep it up a little bit, sweep it into some piles so they can clean it up, hopefully most of the way. It's nice to see them clean all the feed up. They don't have to do as much work, but we like to have a little bit left because that means they had as much as they could eat. So we got the robot feed pusher doing most of the work, pushing feed, but we got to clean the edges up a little. So right before I run out feed, I'll come out and clean up whatever's left in the troughs. But they're gonna eat a good bit of that before then. We got 3 ingredients out of the commodity barn to put in. A little bit of haylage out of the ag bag down there. I'm gonna go shave the silage off. And we'll run to the feed room, get some forage and mineral, and then back out to the bunk to get corn silage. Still working on those auto latch hydraulics, man. Trying to get to the point where we don't have to do any real work around here. Auto steer on the tractors, robotic feed pusher, auto latch on the skid loader. I like having my door closed to do this job because then it doesn't throw the silage into the cab of the skid loader. But problem is the silage is warmer than the air temperature and just fogs up the glass and I can't see diddly squat. Changed over the weekend, so now the boardings are a lot lighter. Kind of nice. collect everything that's left in the troughs from the morning, and then I'll put it in the heifer feed mix. The young heifers are just a little less picky. They'll love to eat it. I'm back at the feed room now. We're running non-BMR silage out of the last silo for the heifer batch. I'm just going up to 2,800 pounds there, and then we'll go run that out to the new barn. Just gonna come out and shovel up the kind of the front area of the bag, shovel it in. We got fifth cutting haylage in this bag, and it's working out pretty good. I definitely like bags over the colder weather a little bit more. Seems like there's less spoilage. When it was hot out, we were seeing a little bit of white mold at the top some, but right now it looks really good. So I just like to shovel this in because we can't clean it up too well with the skid loader. It's a little better. Heifers love to eat. Got everything fed. So this morning I want to bed the new heifer barn up. Usually need to do it about once a week. You can see with the winter sun not being as high in the sky, we like to have sunlight shining in on the cattle. Now that barn there is blocking some of it, but we're getting some light from the other end shining in, warming it up. We put the skylight type material on the south side of the top just to allow some more heat and light in the top of the building. You can see how the sunlight's hitting that part, and that's shining in and warming up these youngest calves a little bit better. You can see how the barn's peaked closer to the front, and then you have this little bit more vertical roof there that's see-through. The reason they didn't peak it in the center is just because then you'd have, in that summer sun, there'd be less shade in there. When it's vertical like this, you know, when the sun's straight above, you're not getting too much heat down on the bed pack. This way they can stay in the shade when they want to. Then in the winter they get some more light. So right now is the best time to bed them up because all the heifers are off the bed pack. I can just go flying down through there, close all the gates. All right, girls, I'm not trying to chase these back here. So it's mid-November now. This time of year is about the worst for health of the animals at this age. We usually have some trouble in November with the temperatures changing so much. So we are monitoring these pretty good, checking temperatures. Been really happy with them. We haven't had to treat too many. We had a couple that we gave antibiotics. You can hear a couple cough in there. Just want to watch them close, make sure they're eating good. It's good to see the size is even. If you have some that are a lot smaller than others, that's not a good thing to see. It's going to take us a little bit to learn how to manage the curtains and everything in this barn to, you know, the draftiness with the calves can be negative or positive. So you need to, I don't know, we kind of have to learn how to manage that. We're trying to experiment with things. You know, if we have to make some changes, you know, put some sort of blockers on some of the gates to keep so much air movement from happening, we can, but we're not gonna need to do that at this point. It's just things we could do if we needed to. These gates like to swing open sometimes. We stuck these little chains on here with snaps, so we can just clip them onto the wall. And we'll slide our door open. We really liked using wood shavings for bedding. Lasts the whole week. We put 4 scoops in. So I really like with the younger calves, with them being smaller, they really don't make it dirty back here. Just a lot more square footage than there was in the old barn. Really easy to keep them clean. I think that's going to be really good for their health. We'll just close the gates up. Takes a little bit of time to get 4 scoops, but if I do 4, then it stays dry for a whole week. I don't have to open everything back up until another week. At first we were using round bales of the soybean stubble, and we were having to bed it up twice a week. Just wasn't keeping it dry. It was just building up the pack so much faster. So I forgot, I walked down here, but I like to walk down through first and unchain all those, swing them out so that I can just, as I go back through then. It's good to have this all bed up. So we got up to number 1,000 with our ear tags, and we went back to number 1. It's calf number 1 right there. You see we got this curtain in the front too, right above these headlocks. Kind of experimenting with this a little bit. It's just designed to keep the weather out for some of these youngest ones. I don't know if it needs to be down right now, but we have it down. This morning the custom straw chopper's coming. We got a whole bunch of straw bales there to grind up. So just getting the skid loader ready to go. Got Dad cleaning the windows, and I'm gonna grease it. Cleaning out our cooling system. I just went and had some lunch. My dad got started loading the straw chopper. Guess I'll take over for him now. So we buy all these 3x5 straw bales. My cousin brought these over last week. I got a shout out, Jason, my cousin. We're just feeding these to our dry cows right now. Sometimes we feed some to the cows in the milking batch, depending if we need the fiber or whatever. Right now we don't, but I like to chop it up. It's just a more consistent length for the cows to eat. That way they can't sort it out of the feed quite as easily or at all. If it's bigger, longer pieces, they're gonna have a tendency to try and pick out the grain or the goodies. Trying to hold a camera and operate the skid loader at the same time is kind of awkward. Gotta use the elbow. on its side, and then he's cutting the strings, pulling them off, and then just flips it in and runs it through the chopper. We got 2 bays we can fill. We're gonna fill that one full of chopped straw, and then I'll get the rest of the bales out and we'll put it in this one. There's a pusher in there. It's pushing it back this way into the chopper. Should be able to fit everything in that second bay, no problem. We got it all chopped up. Went pretty fast. Okay, see you guys later.